Russell, has there been a noticeable change around the place after a victory?
Yeah, it's always, especially after the run we've been on, so it's nice. Yeah, it was a lot more vibrant on Wednesday, especially at lunch. You noticed a bit more noise and a few more laughs. But to be honest, it's never been too much of a problem in terms of the lads last 3 or 4 weeks coming in and enjoying the training, enjoying their time together, because we've got a really good group. But yeah, it's certainly made a difference. I think you see the relief in some people's faces, and it's, as I said, we're giving ourselves something to build on now and look forward to. Makes us look forward to tomorrow's game.
I guess when you're, when you change things a little bit and you're implementing a little bit of your own philosophy, it's great to be able to say to the players, look, follow the kind of the instructions that I'm giving you, and it will work.
It gives, as a group of staff, it gives us a bit of evidence to say to lads, it is working. But we showed them loads of stuff from the last couple of games where it's been working more and more, and been having a bit more success with it. So especially the first half at Rotherham and stuff. So there's still loads of things we need to tweak and sort out. And we address some of that stuff at half time, and so there's loads to work on. But I think they can see, and you can see within them as well, the confidence they've got in what we're trying to do and the belief they've got in doing it. And I think, as I said before, I think we can only get better at that. We've only been a couple of weeks really properly working on it, so I think they'll grow with it. I think we'll grow with it and we'll improve, and hopefully they'll keep showing that on the pitch.
Any of the players surprised you since you've taken over as manager?
No, obviously I knew them so well, so it's been really difficult. I think not difficult in terms of being surprised at, but I think it's been because I know them so well. I'm not really surprised by anyone. I think people have taken to the way we want to do things much quicker than I expected. I think the whole group has. I think they've got to a point where we didn't expect them to be there until probably another 4 or 5 games.
Do you think
down
they were maybe ready?
Yeah.
Do you think they were
Definitely,
ready themselves?
I think so. Yeah, I think we've got good footballers, so I think they want to play that way. So it's just about giving them the confidence and belief to do it. So I think I've not been surprised by their attitude or their willingness to do it, but I've been pleasantly surprised by how quickly they've taken a lot of the information on. And as I said to you on Tuesday, they're being judged in a totally different way now, and we're giving them something to actually be judged on, and I think they quite like that.
Jordan Moore-Taylor's obviously had a migraine, some issues with his head. Is he, he's just one of those defenders that when he's in the team, everything seems a little bit calmer, a little bit more relaxed. Is he available for selection? Yeah,
he'll be available. So we've had to monitor him obviously and follow that protocol, but yeah, he'll be available for selection. As will Sam Nombe, who's been training for a while now, which will be nice. So, listen, whether or not they'll be involved, who knows? But that they're fit and available, so that's one good thing. But I think the people that have played on Tuesday and done really well. They've made it difficult for anyone now I said, winning games makes it much easier for me as a manager and for them to keep their place in the team. It's as simple as that. So we're nearing a fully fit squad, which will be nice. But those two are available, but they haven't played for. Jordan obviously only played one or two games in a long while, and Sam's obviously been out for a long time. So whether or not they'll be in the squad, I don't know yet.
Having Sam Nombe back, a fit Sam Nombe from where he became injured, the point that he was at, he just looked like he had bags of confidence.
Yeah, he's a confident boy. It's one of his biggest strengths is his self-belief. So it's been good to have him back in training. He just comes with an attitude he just brings a freshness, and he just wants to win. He wants to work hard. He's got a great attitude towards training and playing the game. So, as I said, he's not going to be ready straight away. He's been out for a while, so we have to be really careful with him. Which is my Saturday might come a bit too early, but it's great to have him back in amongst it and training. And just, as I said, bring that energy and that aggression, that intensity. So it's nice to have him back, but Saturday will probably be a bit too early for him.
Do you look at games like Doncaster, and because that's a tricky fixture in all honesty, and the fixture after as well? They're two tough ones with teams both in the the higher end of the table. Do you relish it? Do you think actually I want to play these games? I want to get involved with these kind of games?
Yeah, I think that for me, no one. I said to the players, in a way, they're games that no one outside this building expects us to get anything. So the pressure's off for our players. Really, that's the way I see it. I've told them that. I think we're more than capable of going there and winning a game, but as I said, the focus has been us. We'll be aware of what Doncaster can bring and how we can hurt them, and they are a good side, as you said. They're on a team on good form, as are Oxford the week after. But they're games you've got to enjoy and look forward to. It's as simple as that. There's no easy game in this division, but I think in a way, let's just play with the shackles off and go there and try and get a result. It's as simple as that. As I said, no one expects us to go and get a result outside of what we've got in the building. So why not go there and surprise a few people?
Just finally from me, one thing I've kind of looked at over the last few weeks, and even a little bit before, is at some point you feel as if everything might just click into place. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's ready to kind of click into place. It just hasn't quite happened. Do you feel the same way? That it's almost there. It's just
Yeah, I feel like we're building something. I feel like we've got a real plan in place. We've got a real structure to what we're going to do. The players have got real clarity in what they're going to do. So I think if the process is good, I'm a big believer that if the process is good, eventually you get the right outcome. And it's been all about process for us the last 3 or 4 weeks, about implementing some real ideas and something, as I said to you, something we're not going to go away from if we get one bad result or whatever. It's something to improve on and build on. And I think it's what this club's got to be about, the team's got to be about. It's got to be about us and being really good at something and holding on, having something to hold on to and having something to be judged by. It's as simple as that. So that won't change. But I think you're right. I think we actually felt better about Tuesday night after watching it back after the game till about 2 a.m. But it was we dominated the game. We gave them a few chances on the counter-attack which we shouldn't have given, and then Lee obviously got caught on the ball a couple of times, which makes everyone feel a bit more anxious than they should. But when we watched it back, actually we saw some brilliant stuff. Actually some in ways we played much better against Coventry than we did against Rotherham, and everyone knows how the first half made us feel against Rotherham. So right. I see it slowly. The wheels are slowly turning. As I said, it's not going to be an overnight thing, but I think we've seen enough from the players and what they've shown us in the last few weeks is, I think once we build more belief in confidence and we get more information into it in training. As I said, we've not had long, but I think once we get that time and the lads keep believing it in the way they do, it will come together. I'm sure of that.
How far off is Reece, do you think now?
Hopefully another week or two, really, in terms of training properly. He's not trained fully yet, so he's looking good. He's doing bits and bobs. He's dropping in and out of us, but he can't. It's another one. It's really important not to rush. We want Reece back till the end of the season. We don't want to bring him back in a hurry and then lose him again. So he's looked. What I would say, he's looked stronger. He's looked much fitter the last week than he was, and he's working extremely hard. So it'd be nice to have him back over the next few weeks. We look to get him involved in a reserve game soon. I think next Tuesday will be too early, but after that we'll try and get him involved, and hopefully he can come back and be reintegrated into the squad.
Scoring goals was obviously a problem under Paul Tisdale. You've managed to sort of find the net a lot more recently under your tenure. Is it too easy to say, it's just because Joe Mason's fit again?
Yeah, I think so. I think as I've said to just then, I think what we've given them is a structure to work from, which we're confident they create chances from. So we've not really worked. We don't have time to work at the top end of the pitch yet. We've sort of worked layering up the pitch and trying to sort out our own third first and then the middle of the pitch, and then we had to say to the strikers, be patient, we'll get to you at some point. But it's trying to, as I said, it's about the process, so we can't just try and fit it all in. We want to give detail rather than just going right and trying to touch on everything. So but what we've done is we've tweaked a few things in terms of their position, their starting positions, how they work for us in terms of pressing. I think what they've done, we've created a lot of chances off the back of us actually pressing really high and being aggressive with it, which they've taken on board brilliantly, so I'm really pleased with that. But listen, having a fit Joe Mason and confident Joe Mason in any squad in this league is going to help you, of course. But I think if you look at it, the shots and chances we've created over the last 3 or 4 games, it's been brilliant. It's been really good, considering we haven't, as I said, we've not done huge amounts of detailed work at that end of the pitch yet. So that gives me loads of confidence and loads of positivity that once we get to that end of the pitch as part of the process, that we can create even more.
You mentioned there that not many people outside of this building fancy you to win at Doncaster. Do you think coming into games as underdogs or as that team that's not been on a great run sort of lets you fly under the radar a bit?
Possibly, yeah. I think even speaking to other managers over the last couple of weeks, I think the teams are looking at it now and saying, actually, maybe giving us a bit more respect than they would have done a few games ago. But to be honest, as I said, it's the focus is on us. It's not where I just come and say that to you guys and then I'm in there we're fretting about that. That's genuinely how I feel about it. Of course, we've worked on the opposition and we've looked at Doncaster and analysed them, but I think it maybe suits the players at the minute to have that no real pressure of going there and no one expects them. So, as I said, it's always nice surprising people and proving people wrong. And let's be pragmatic about it. We've got one job on our hands at the moment. That's to get out of the position we're in. And then once we do that, we can look forward. But until then, let's make sure we win enough games to make sure we're not in the position we're in.
And no more red cards, ideally.
Well, it's nice to finish a game with 11 men. But if you look at them like as I said to you before, yeah, we spoke about it, discipline and structure and control, and it's something that needs to stop, and they're aware of that. And it's just it's how they've been given out as well. It's like it's ridiculous, really. So it's something we need to address, and we've spoken about, and hopefully that will stop.